Oh my gosh. Yo. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Lando Norris is not him. Lando Norris is not that guy. I am utterly just flabbergasted. I am flabbergasted at McLaren and the things that they manage to not do. I am just, it is absolutely crazy at the things that McLaren does, the decisions that they continuously make and don't make. That was absolutely stupid. I mean, it was absolutely stupid. Let me give a big shout out to Jesse James Bell, first super chat in here, putting his name in the hat for the next one up. We also will be spending today for this Lewis Hamilton collector's item, which is a damn shame what happened today, but it is what it is. I am absolutely, listen, Jesse James Bell says what it is. Our next super chat is from Racer X. No, Paul says, what the F? Max, no penalty. At least 3 others get one. 3, we need to get Lando a neon open sign for the back of his car. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. It's going in. And then he says, I'll pitch in. This inconsistency with the FIA is nonsense already. Jesse James Bell says, so what? Cheat is FIA letting Red Bull get away with the sprint race? Yo, Wolf Packers. Racer X210 says Ferrari with their second 1 and 2 of the season and Leclerc's 3rd win. Woo, let's go. 3 wins out of a lot of races is cool, but it ain't what we expected from Ferrari. I think we expected a lot more. Derwin Hill says, bro, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. And we need to talk about, let's start from the top, because I don't want to miss anything, because I'm telling you right now, this is absolutely egregious. I don't want to miss anything. Let's go ahead and just start from the top of what we got, okay? I got my predictions right here. I'm going to mark them as we go later. We're going to do the giveaway, but let's talk about this. First of all, this was typical Max BS from the get-go. Max started shoving drivers off track from the very start of the race. That's what he does. This is how he drives. And I resent the remarks that whoever the hell this guy is, I got to remember who this guy is, this commentator who said Max made a mistake by locking up. And then a few laps later, he says Max not making any mistakes. It's like they have revisionist history just to make Max seem this greatest driver. And then he said Max is an awesome or good wheel-to-wheel driver. No, he's not. There was no wheel. Anytime Max got wheel-to-wheel with anybody in this race, including Lando, he shoved them off track. That is not good wheel-to-wheel driving. That is bull in China shop. I don't get it. What are these people trying to achieve? Max does not drive good wheel-to-wheel. He's either good up front or he's trying to come from the rear. When you get wheel-to-wheel with Max Verstappen, he's running you off track. Where and in whose book is that supposed to be a phenomenal driver? Absolutely ridiculous. Nasty Stu says at least Ferrari is on the up for Lewis next year. This is a good turnout for Ferrari. I need to see more before I say them on the up, because every time we say Ferrari's on the up, what do? Fall right the hell back down. They fall right the hell back down. Let's just keep it a buck. Every time we think they're on the up, they fall right the hell back down on their ass. Incredible Facts Quest says Lewis Hamilton had been complaining about the rear end all season. How difficult is it to fix it? Come on, it must be really difficult. We're going to get to that too. So the Ferraris get through. At that point in time, I said, listen, I am putting Leclerc on the clock to make this work. If he cannot make this work, if Leclerc cannot be given the ingredients, the instructions, have a helping hand, have Chef Ramsey fly in to help him, then there's a problem if he can't manage to make this dinner work. There's a problem. Fortunately, they did. Paul says, please explain how 3 got penalties and Max does the same multiple times and nothing. The professional commentators won't even talk about that. Paul, bro, I'm trying to figure that out myself. But you know what? It's nothing to figure out because we figured it out a long time ago. The FIA, Max Verstappen, and Red Bull are all in the same bed together. I'm not understanding how we see a driver do what Max did once, get a penalty. Max did it 3 times or more. It got no penalty, got no look at it. But the moment he pushes Lando off track, and this is an opportunity where Lando can overtake Max and end up in the higher points, now we're going to investigate shit. What about all the other times Max pissed drivers off track? You don't want to investigate any of those opportunities? You don't want to investigate any of those incidences? We're just going to ignore that. And this is getting sickening for the sport. That we consistently see the FIA, we consistently see commentators ignore the BS that Max Verstappen does on track and not cite him for it. It's crazy. We saw number 3 get a penalty for what Max Verstappen did in a lower level. It wasn't even as egregious. He pushed Lando off track. Who else? He pushed Charles Leclerc or Sainz off track. And there's no investigation? It's crazy. Crazy. We got Phillison 100 says Yuki got screwed. This shows that Red Bull family is looking for a white savior. Can't blame you for that. White hype all day long. Helmut Marko even made a racial tone comment about Sergio Perez and counterparts. 4 championship wins for Max is confirmed today. Norris is lame duck. We gonna get to that too, because I'm not letting Lando Norris get off the hook. I'm not letting Lando off the hook for this. I'm not, because there were some things in there Lando should have been doing, even in the latter part of the situation. So let's get to this next one. Sainz gives, now check this out. Max Verstappen loves to complain on people that do the same thing to him that he does to them. Max is the first one to open his big fat mouth about being pushed off track. Max, why didn't you open your mouth about pushing Lando off track? Max, why did you open your mouth about pushing other drivers on track? But the minute he's ran a little wide, he wants to complain, he wants to cry, he wants to protest about being pushed off track. That's why I can't respect Max as a person. I can't do it. Phillison says, this is WWE level. F1 is not real anymore. And that's how people are starting to feel. People are starting to feel like Formula One, the FIA, are not delivering an authentic product, that they are delivering something that is made up, that's something that is going to be ridiculed to the point from spectators because they continuously make this narrative, they continuously script it, they continuously decide to ignore Max Verstappen's discrepancies and pay attention to everybody else's. Nasty Stu says Lewis made up 7 Talk about it, dog. Talk about it. Lewis made up 5 places off the start. 7 places, 1 lap. It was looking like an easy top 6 until it wasn't. And this is not Lewis's fault. We saw all weekend that Mercedes did. I told y'all this in the other live stream. I do not trust Mercedes to have the car set up for this year in COTA. It didn't look right. And it wasn't just Lewis, it was Russell. And throughout all the events, I believe, if they weren't almost coming off track, they did come off track. Russell wrecked the Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton put the Mercedes in kitty litter and couldn't get it out. What are we talking about? Akondu says, congrats to Charles for the win and Ferrari for the 1 and 2. Can't wait till 2025. Merc car is still trash. Lewis could have fought for P5 and Max ran Lando off track and they penalized Lando. FIA is corrupt as usual. I'm going to tell you right now, Akondu. And Paul says, how can you not feel this way after all this? Paul, it's hard not to. The only people that don't feel this way are the people that know and that are just as corrupt and as horrible in integrity and character as Max Verstappen and Red Bull. Red Bull, real fans, even people that like Max that are really legit are looking at Dan saying, you know what? If there was a penalty to be issued one way, there surely was a penalty or two to be issued on the other side of that Red Bull yard. And that's just real. That is just real. That is just a real deal right here. So aside from that, the next thing we have is Leclerc 1-3 currently in lap 7, which was good. I like that. I was a little bit concerned around lap 9 or 10 when Sainz started radioing about a loss of power. I was concerned right there that Ferrari was about to start on the downfall. I was concerned that Ferrari right now have bottled it up for their drivers. I just was. I thought for a moment, and then he said he started smelling fuel. It took me back to that time Sainz had to jump out of a burning up Ferrari. And I was hoping that this was not going to be the case. I did not want to see Sainz in a burning up Ferrari in Coda, in a moment where it seemed like Ferrari was on track to do something really nice for themselves. I'm not going to say great. I'm going to say really nice, okay? Because let's just keep it a buck. I think many of you probably assumed that Ferrari should come into this season with more of these, and they haven't. I think many of you probably expected Charles Leclerc to have more race wins than he had last season, and he has not. I think many of you expected Ferrari as a team, as a whole, development, car and all, to be more dominant, currently where McLaren is, to see Ferrari or further, and they have not. So, while I am celebrating Ferrari, while I am celebrating Charles Leclerc, and especially Sainz as he's working hard on his way out and still driving at the top of his game, I am not still yet wholly confident in Ferrari for next season. I'm just not yet. They're going to have to do more through the rest of the season. I need to see this through the next, 6 or 5 races and sprints. Just keeping it a buck. DJ Big Blue Navy, Ura says, is Ferrari heading in the right direction? I hope. I just was talking about that. I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet. Okay? So outside of that, we're going to look at this. So right here also, Max's team radioed that there might be an issue. I think it was nonsense. If there was an issue, maybe it was a tire issue. It definitely wasn't something that needed to be replaced or fixed. We didn't see any mechanics jumping over in the car, trying to reach down in the cockpit, trying to check the front wing cords or any of that. So I don't really know what that radio message was about other than probably nonsense. Other than that, Valtteri, Russell was another driver. Russell got a 5-second penalty for forcing Valtteri off track. And it wasn't even as bad as what Max did. Nasty Stu comes in with 5 Wolfpack memberships, dropping love in the chat. Let me see what Stu is doing out back. God DP got one. We got Dakar. We got Chopper. We got Chalk. Hey, big shout out to Stu. Nasty Stu showing love in the chat, dropping Wolfpack memberships. Big shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. Y'all welcome Stu for your memberships. Get in the Discord so you can have some fun and talk it up with the peeps. Super chats. Everybody that's doing a super chat right now is putting their name in for this Lewis Hamilton collector's item. Everybody's doing a super chat. You're getting your name in there multiple times if you do multiple. All right, we're spinning for this one today. But let's keep talking. So Jefferson says, FIA inconsistency. We'll never see. They'll always mess it up, either targeting drivers personally or conveniently ignoring the rule book for others. And that is what we are exactly seeing. That is something that we are seeing in real time right now, and it is pissing a lot of people off. All right. Mary Beanie says, I'm pissed. I did pick Ferrari in the live. You did earlier, Jay. Red Bull backed by FIA. Can't wait. Yes, I did. Let me see. What was my pick? Yeah, I did. Actually, I had Lando Norris and Max in 1 and 2. Actually, I kind of went against where I was going to put Leclerc, but I just couldn't do it. And I probably should have, but Mary Beanie definitely did it. Can't wait to be done with Mercedes. They're assholes, and they can F off. Paul says, if If I were Lewis, I would wreck the car up every chance I had till I'm not on the tour. He won't tough because he has a great character. Oh my gosh. Paul said, I'm going to put the Merc on spin cam every chance I get. I'm going to test this crash, these side impacts. I'm going to test the crash structures. I'm going to test the integrity of the front wing every chance I get. I'm going to drive y'all cost cap up. What you didn't want to give me in a contract, you're going to give me in cost cap money. Matter of fact, here's that cost cap penalty. Matter of fact, I'm going to drive this shit so far up, you're not going to be able to develop for the rest of the season. But Lewis is not that type of dude, and I applaud him for it because a lot of people would talk even more egregiously against him if he were. Like other drivers do things like that, and they might talk about it for a second, let it go. They're going to be all type of N-words. They're going to be all type of racial tone, derogatory comments. There's going to be all type of he ain't no real GOAT. Lewis Hamilton is judged by a double standard by a mass of people. Lewis Hamilton is racially profiled. Lewis Hamilton is hated by people just because he is a good guy. And this is why it's hard to walk in Lewis Hamilton's shoes. And this is also why I have to credit Lewis like Paul credited Lewis for being the bigger man, even sometimes when he shouldn't. Even sometimes when he shouldn't. All right? Nasty 2 says Colapinto outperformed Albon again. And you know what? I had Colapinto behind Albon, but I got it like a 2-spot thing, but we'll go into that. So then if we go on back down, we're going to go on back down here, pay attention to the little things. Yuki spat with Hulkenberg was absolutely cool to me. Yuki was like really trying to give Hulkenberg some run for his money. But Yuki said, you know what? Y'all got some explaining to do. I want to know how Liam Lawson is in front of me by strategy. What the hell happened? And when nobody said nothing, Yuki said, you better answer me. You better answer me. And I got to say this, Yuki, you made some mistakes, brother. You did make some mistakes. But I am going to also say this. Yuki feeling that way, Mercedes mechanics says the exact same thing we see in politics today. And people say politics don't exist in sports. Even in their level, politics exists, as well as politicians being involved in the sports. Thank you, Mercedes. Thank you, Mercedes. Thank you, my brother. But I understand something, and I'm going to say this. This, what Yuki said over the radio, tells me and should tell you something. It should tell you that Yuki clearly is not happy about the fact that not only viewers and spectators, commentators, but his own team, administration, and bosses have consistently overlooked Yuki for a seat while looking at other people that have performed less. And that is what I can tell by what Yuki was saying there. He's tired of it, and I'm tired of them also treating Yuki that way. I'm tired of them treating Yuki that way. Dean Too Cool says, yep, it's rigged. FIA know to favor Red Bull. They know. They know. You know. You right, Dean Too Cool. That's exactly what they're doing. They're favoring Red Bull every step of the way. Every step of the way. It's hard not to realize this. It's hard not to acknowledge this. But people that will not acknowledge this are clearly okay with the scandalous as long as it's in their favor. Like Max Verstappen. The moment he felt like somebody did to him what he did to them, he cries, he complains, he gets on the radio, and that's what you start getting. Max Verstappen whining about his own medicine. If you don't like the way the medicine tastes, Max, stop manufacturing it. Every now and then, you're going to have to taste your own product. You don't like it tastes like crap. That's because that's what you making. That's what you putting out here. But I think it's absolutely egregious that today we saw Max Verstappen push drivers off track and we didn't see one penalty for Max. Matter of fact, we got to have an image here of Max pushing somebody off track. We got to have an image here of Max pushing somebody off track. Gotta be. He pushed, this is what he did. There go Max right there. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. Do y'all see how far Max Verstappen went off track? That's Max trying to over-exaggerate the situation. Do y'all not? You know what? That looks very similar to me. That's very similar. Remember, I got it. When Max did it to Lewis Hamilton in Brazil, that's right. Max ran him clear all hell off track. That's what he does. The moment it happens to him, he start complaining. I don't want to hear any complaints from Max. I don't want to hear somebody cry about something that they do. Derwin Hill says, see, I'm not as nice as Lewis. I would definitely pick up a lug nut and chuck it straight at Toto's head. Laugh out loud, that's just me though. Hey, you know, them lug nuts heavy, man. That might be some criminal charges. I mean, that's a big lug nut, but Dorwin Hill, right. Toto, what we doing? What are we doing? All weekend. But this is also, I'm gonna say this. I'm not absolving Mercedes from their lack. I'm not absolving them for what they did wrong. Okay, I'm just gonna say this though. In a sprint weekend, you don't got a long time to get things right. And Mercedes, in the condition that they're in, they cannot adapt like they should be able to do. Red Bull often have the same issues as well, but Mercedes is doing far worse. Next, we got Jesse James Bell says FIA is crooked as the S turns at Coda. That's a lot of crookedness, brother. That's crooked a lot. That's a lot of crooked. That's a lot of crooked. Next, we got Leclerc over Verstappen by 10 seconds or more at a point in the race before he went in and pitted and then clearly came back out. Listen, I got to get big when I say this because Ferrari, I'm giving you some props. The strategy today, the pit stops today, the way you managed your team today, I am giving you absolute applause and credit for Ferrari making it happen today. Ferrari absolutely nailed it today on strategy. They nailed it on pit stop. They nailed it on starting off in this race in the best way they could, and they held on to it. So kudos to Ferrari. Kudos to Charles. Kudos to Sainz. Kudos to Fred Vasseur. Everybody at Ferrari, phenomenal job there in Texas doing your thing, okay? Doing your thing. Now, Dean Too Cool says, no lie, bro. If I'm Norris, we crashing because Max knows DNF. He does not lose the... Thank you, brother. Lose the drivers. They, way Merck did Lewis Hamilton. I'm not racing anymore with them. Dean Too Cool. You got to do it. You got to do it. That's what Max is pushing you to. Max is pushing you gun to head, revolver spun, okay? One bullet in the chamber. Will you pull that trigger? That's what Max is doing to you. When he gets wheel to wheel, Max is doing that, okay? I'm going to tell you, Max's strategy wheel to wheel is spin the revolver, spin that barrel, one bullet in the chamber. Are you brave enough to pull the DNF trigger? You got to have the balls. You got to have the balls, the big balls to tell Max Verstappen, I won't budge. Either we're both wrecking or you're going to give me my space. Lando ain't got those balls. Lando don't have those type of balls. And that's where he is going to fault at trying to be a champion in Formula One. They're not going to give it to you. They're going to give Max everything they can. You got to have the balls to drive against this guy and force him to have the revolver to his head. Are you going to pull the trigger, Max? Are you willing to DNF for this? Yes or no? Click or bang. What are you going to do? Lando don't have that. He ain't got that dog in him. He did it once, and he should have learned then, this is what I'm going to have to do to you. And then what you do? What did you do, Lando? You went back like a sniveling dog, and you apologized to Max behind the scenes. I know you did. Then you came out in public and told the world, Max don't have to apologize to me no more. For what? Then you came out, oh, we worked it out. We're gonna find a way to drive around each other. I can't tell. Didn't Max say the same thing? Max got on camera and said, yeah, we talked about it. We gonna, and then what did he do? The next moment he got where he saw that you would have the leg up, he cut your feet out from under you. Max is not your friend. Max is not trustworthy. Max is not a person of high character or integrity. And I'm going to tell you what, Max do got some balls. He showed, Max gonna try you. Lando, you choking out here, bro. You choking out here. Jefferson says, we need Donkey of the Day. Donkey of the Day. Who can we give Donkey of the Day? Who can we give Donkey of the Day? You know what? Man, I hate to say this. Oh, I hate to say this. You know what? I'm going to give Donkey of the Day to, ooh, man. I think I might have to give Donkey of the Day to Joe. I think I'm going to have to give it to Joe. I mean, bro is literally under no pressure, really. Why are you spinning out in track? Your car barely has enough horsepower. Your car barely has enough power to spin out. Why is Zhou Guanyu spinning out on track? I'm trying to figure this out. Zhou should not be spinning out on track. It's totally crazy. You should be completely okay, Zhou. There's no reason for you to be spinning out on track, bro. Absolutely no reason. So no, I think I got to give Zhou Donkey of the Day. And you know who helped him also get that? Sauber. Kick Sauber helped him also get Donkey of the Day. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all because I'm lost for why you having these issues. It just should not be. So yeah, I'm giving him Donkey of the Day. Because Kick Sauber F1 just looked like trash. All right. Jefferson says Lewis Hamilton can't crash deliberately or Mercedes will bill him. I got you. I think we were just going a little bit far with the shenanigans about it, but I get what Paul's saying. The Leon son, let's say McLaren should have had Pia crash with Max. I would have. Not saying, but saying. I don't know if Pia would do it. You want to know why I don't think Pia would do it? I don't think Pia would do it because I think Pia feels like Lando not that guy. I really do. I think Piastri feels like Lando not that guy. Lando ain't got that dog in him. I think if that was Pia up there, we seeing something different. I think we're seeing something different. Just keeping it in my real opinion. Mary Beanie says Crashtapping has never left the Asterisk Championship, not one time. 2021 asterisk, 2022 cost cap asterisk, 2023 over carry from the cost cap plus. You probably start initiating these illegal devices then. 2024, what are we seeing? FIA help. Then you got asymmetrical braking. Now we find out that you possibly had a device that can lower the car after an in-park ferme. There's an asterisk by every championship. And even Ted Kravitz said this man cannot win a championship in regular or typical fashion. Don't be mad at me for saying what we're seeing out here in the world on TV. Nasty 2 says championship is over. I think so. I think it is. I think Lando just showed us he don't have the heart or the balls to make it happen. I just believe that, okay? So let's get ready to go over some things real quick. Let's get ready to go over some things. I want to see first, let me officially look up the classifications for the race, the final race classifications, provisional. I'm going to look that up real quick so we can take a look at that. All right. And right here, I got it right here. I'm going to bring it up on screen. We got Electronic Cornbread in the house. Says, wish I saw you at COTA this year. Jay, bro, big shout out to you out there. Let's have Wolfpack COTA meet up next year to see Lewis in red. You know what? I'm thinking about it, bro. I got to see where this car build going to be because this car build is coming down the pipeline, bro. And an organization is finally talking about giving me my media credentials to come to their event. It ain't Formula One, I'll tell you that. But I'm hoping that it actually works out. At least I've been contacted and we've been emailing. They're trying to verify some other things, but it's possible they're going to have me out at their event to walk around, talk about it, vlog about it. So I will announce that if it happens and when it happens. Paul says, smash the like button, y'all. It's free. Support the fam. That is true. That is true. Let me go ahead and bring this in real quick so we can check this out. I got the provisional race finish up right here. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and get this up. Because we already know the BS that done happened, but we're gonna go ahead and get this thing through right here. All right, so here we go. I'm about to bring it on screen so we can go over my picks, see how horrible I did, really. Okay, so, and then after that, hey, don't go nowhere because we about to spin for this. We about to spin the wheel to see who gonna get this Lewis Hamilton collectible item. We're about to spin for that. And everybody doing super chats, your name is going in for this next one. This is going to be the next one given away. Everybody that does a super chat, as many times as you do super chats, your name's going in for this next one to be spun for. But today we're going to spin for this one. Somebody's going to get that bad boy. Driver of the day, Lewis Hamilton, home GP. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, so starting from the bottom, Mechanic Mercedes says Wolfpack fam can sponsor some fan members for COTA 2025. I'm down to support. Big shout out to you, brother. Yes, sir. So right here, I did have 20 and 19. I had Joe and Valtteri occupying those spots. I got Joe right. He is 20 or 19. Joe ended up in 19th place. We already know who ended up 20. DNF Lewis Hamilton. Valtteri, however, let me check this and actually see, is this the same as this? Let me see if this is the same as this, because if so, we can bring this other one up. Okay, yeah, I think this is pretty much the same. Where's Yuki? Yuki is in 14th. Yep. Who's in 12th? Pierre, 11th. Yeah, okay, so I think we got the same one over here. Colapinto really surprised me. Okay, so we got the same one right here. So if we look at it right here, this is what we got. All right, and there goes Joe spinning out like a jackass. That's why he got donkey today. Okay, so then Valtteri actually surprised. He moved up to 17th. Okay, so Valtteri got 17th. Ocon, who's next? Ocon actually ended up 17, 18. So I got that one right. I said Ocon or K-Mag, 17, 18. So I got Ocon right. All right, I got Ocon right. Ocon is right. K-Mag moved up to 11th. That was a boss move. K-Mag's up to 11. So now we're looking at 16, 15. 16, 15, I said Colapinto or Gasly. And I got both of those wrong. Stroll, actually Colapinto in the points. Big shout out to the Argentinian driver. Big shout out to him. Gasly actually ended up going to 12th. All right, so Gasly 12th. So I got both of those wrong. I got my 15 and my 16th pick wrong, okay? So we moving on to 14, 13. 14 and 13, I had Albon and Hulkenberg. Those are both wrong. It is Alonso and Yuki. So Albon is who I had 13, 14. Albon actually is 16th. He did worse. Hulkenberg did far better all the way into the points at 8th. I completely blew that out of the water. Cassius Clay says, do you think Lewis was a bit too enthusiastic? He forced the car. No, I don't think, I can't say that, because what I saw all weekend was a very unstable Mercedes in that area, and he crashed in the same corner that Russell crashed. So we saw similarities from both Mercedes drivers in the car through the practicing, sprint, and quality events, and then we saw this today. So no, I can't say that Lewis pushed it too hard. What I can say, based off evidence previously, is that Mercedes did not have this car set up right for COTA. And that's what I saw throughout all events, and I think inevitably that's what it led to. It led to that. So that's what I will say. I don't think it was a fault of Lewis Hamilton. Could he have done something more, like go slower? Yeah, but we in a race. He should be. Nobody else had that issue besides Mercedes. So I'm going to go with the Mercedes car just wasn't right. It wasn't set up right. All right, so 12, 11. In 12 and 11, I had Stroll and Lawson. Lawson did phenomenally better. Stroll ended up doing far worse in 15th. Lawson ended up doing far better in 9th. Not far, but I still got that wrong. Jefferson says, going to Bahrain GP, need reports from the stands. Give them to me. Give us to him, Jefferson. Post up the pictures. Give us some live track action. All that good stuff. All right? So then we get to 10-9. Now we in the points. I said Yuki. Yuki did far worse in 14th. Plus he spun out. I was going to give him donkey of the day, but I saved him on that. Alonso did far worse. He ends up 13th. I completely got those picks wrong. So then I had Perez and Hamilton in 7th and 8th. All right? Perez ended up in 7th, so I got that right, okay? I got Perez right. I said either or. Remember what I said? They can flip-flop. I just got him in these two spaces. Hamilton completely off. He DNF'd, inevitably taking 20th, so he DNF'd. But I got Perez right in the 7-8 bracket. For my 5th and 6th place, I had Russell and Leclerc. 5th and 6th, Russell, I got Russell exactly right to the T. I said Russell's going to float at 6. That's where he's going to start. That's likely where he's going to finish, depending if they get the pit stop right. He is exactly where I said he would be, but I had him in the 5th or 6th bracket. Leclerc won the race. I got that one all the way wrong. And I debated for a small moment. Taking Leclerc out of that and putting him in the 1 and 2 bracket with Norris, but I didn't. And I got Leclerc wrong. Leclerc won the race, first place. So big shout out to him. My next one was 3 and 4, and that was Piastri and Sainz. I got Pia wrong. He fell out of that 3 or 4. Pia ended up actually being 5th. I got him one spot wrong, one bracket wrong. Sainz ended up being 2nd. I got him wrong. So both drivers out of there wrong. And then as it goes for the finish of this race, Max Verstappen, I had 1 or 2. Max Verstappen got 3. I got that wrong. I'm not mad about it. Lando Norris, 1 or 2, completely wrong. Lando 4th. So there we go. So out of all of those picks, I got 4 of them right. 4 of them right. There we go. 4 right. So there it is. All right, so those are wrong. Lando bottled it up. We already know he's not that dog. He's not that driver. He should be better, but he's not. I don't know what we're going to see from Lando going into the future. But listen, we are going to get ready to spin for this after we talk about one more thing. So I'm going to briefly go through the rest of the grid and talk about a couple of drivers. I will say that Ocon, to me, just didn't exist. Albon, I expected better from, but it didn't happen. Alonso, I expected better. Gasly and Ocon, I didn't expect much from them. Haas actually did better than I thought they would do. Colapinto, Argentina driver, filling in, showing us that Logan Sargent is indeed and was the problem. Let's just keep it a buck. Logan Sargent was the problem. Colapinto is coming in here, putting the car in points on merit. Not with a bunch of wrecks happening and a bunch of all. Colapinto did his thing. And I am absolutely pleased to see Williams in this position. So big shout out to Williams. Big shout out to them. Liam Lawson, big shout out to you. Showing that Danny Rick probably wasn't even going to help y'all. Danny Rick, you lost him. You got me. I just came in, and this is what I'm going to do. Liam Lawson, as long as he can get into points consistently every race, that's a good situation. Liam Lawson, go for it, brother. Now, I am going to say this. Yuki, you are on notice. Paul says, send me my card. Laugh out loud. Good luck to everybody. When we spin for this, it's going to be crazy if Paul get it, because Mary Beanie swears hers. Mechanic Mercedes might end up with it. We got a lot of names on the list. I'm going to tell y'all that. When y'all see this list, it's crazy deep. The list is crazy deep. All right. Next up, we had, let's go ahead and go. We had, next up, we got Hulk Perez. Perez is where he is with this car. I'm not even going to fault him anymore. But like I was saying, Yuki, you are on notice, though. You will be on notice. Let me say that. You're on the horizon of being on notice. If Liam Lawson comes into this seat where Danny Rick was occupying and he finishes with more points than you before the end of the season, with half of the season to only do it, Yuki, I'm with you. I still support you. I still vote for you. But I'm going to say, I think your case to be given the Red Bull seat at that point in time will start being in a little bit of limbo. I just got to say, to keep it real, if Liam Lawson comes in this season and produces more points than you, and with only half of the season to do it while you had a whole season, I'm with you, but we just got to look at it like it really is. All right, Perez, Russell. All the help Mercedes giving him and not Lewis Hamilton, if that is what's happening, they ain't helping. McLaren, by way of Lando, completely bottled it up. I am at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words right now. Hey, Leon says Yuki will get the Lewis Hamilton treatment from now to the end. I'm with you on that. I feel the same way. McLaren consistently choose to operate like a mid-tier team. The moment, I don't care. I do not care. Zach Brown has spoken out against Red Bull several times with the team that they have. 2 teams, 4 drivers, 4 cars several times. The cost cap several times. The penalties Max doesn't get a few times. You should know. The moment Lando had the pace, we saw him close a 6-second gap to half of a second. You should have told Lando immediately, Lando, at the soonest opportunity you get, Give Max the space back, even if it's before DR's detection, and then use that for these next few laps to get him back. What in the hell were y'all thinking? The FIA are not on your side. They're not. They are not going to help you. They're there to help Max, clearly. That was another bad call in a race where Lando could have kicked Max off podium, kicked him off podium, and got the third spot. I am pissed that to see this amount of irresponsibility by a team that is supposed to be of the level of McLaren. It is criminal what you all are doing. This is not a good situation. I'm trying to figure it out. What really do you think you're doing? I mean, good God Almighty. Can we stop these shenanigans? You should have told Lando to give the spot back immediately. He did not have that. And I don't know what camera angle they were looking into to say that he was even in ahead at the apex. Where? How? Where did you see this? Where did you see Lando ahead at the apex? I'm trying to figure this out. I did not see where Lando was ahead at the apex ever in that entire move. I did see that Max pushed him off track. Now, I did see that, and that's just a fact. But the FIA wasn't going to give you that. They wasn't going to give you that type of favor. And you missed, listen, doing what you needed to do, you would have had 3 more points than Max Verstappen, 15 to the 12. Instead, you collect a penalty and get your ass kicked back in this situation. And I'm just going to say this. It is absolutely crazy. Crazy to see Lando get this penalty, though. Lando getting that penalty and Max not receiving one penalty is absolutely egregious to me, okay? Absolutely egregious. But let's go ahead and take care of some real fun business right now. We're about to spin it up. We're about to spin to see who's going to walk away with this bad boy. That's what we're about to do right now. Let's go ahead and bring up the wheel. Let me get the wheel in here, the wheel of names, all the names that had done the super chats previous to this weekend. We're about to see who really is about to get this. Who am I about to ship this to? That's what we're about to see. Who am I about to ship this to? All right, let's get this wheel up, people. Let's get it up. Matter of fact, I want to be on camera. I want to be on camera when we see this. That's what I want. I want to be on camera. So let me bring this up. Oh yeah, we about to have a good time. We about to have a good time. Let's get that wheel up. Let's get it up. Yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah, there you go right there. All right, people, I got it up. We about to spin for it. I'm about to bring this wheel on camera so you all can see it. And we're about to have a good time. Let's get it in. Let's get it in, chat. Let's get it in. Hands up, everybody. Good luck to everybody. Good luck to everybody who participated. Good luck to everybody who's participating in the next one. It is time to spin this wheel and see what we got for real. All right? It's game time. It's game time. So I'm about to spin the wheel. 083 say, what's up, fam? Wolfpack family. Hey, man, we about to spin this wheel to see what people got. And let's hit it. Let it go. Here we go. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Oh, DG Big Blue! DG Big Blue! Big Navy, hoorah! DG Big Blue needs to contact me. DG Big Blue in big. Let me show you. DG Big Blue in big is the winner of the Lewis Hamilton collector's item. DG Big Blue, you need to reach out to me. You need to make sure you get me your mailing address. Give me your email, phone number for shipper. I am sending you the Lewis Hamilton Gem Mint 10 collector's item, driver of the day, Topps Chrome card. This is a collector's item. It has been barcode. It is officially graded by PSA, the best grader you can get in the nation, and you are owner of this. These will only go up in value. DG Big Blue is the winner of this. Congratulations to DG Big Blue. Go ahead and chat him up. Add him in the live chat. Big shot him out in the live chat. DG Big Blue, congratulations, bro. You are the winner. Congrats, brother. Congrats. Get with me in the DMs. Don't put your private information up here, okay, bro? Don't put it up here. DG Big Blue. All right, so listen. This belongs to DG Big Blue. All right, I'm going to put this to the side. People, every super chat for the next few events is going in for this Lewis Hamilton collector's item. All right, this is a Grand Prix winning at Emanuel Romanga Grand Prix. He is doing a shoey. This is also Gem Mint 10, rated by PSA. This is the next one up for grabs. This is a sweet one. This is a nice one. Every super chat this weekend so far is going on to the wheel for this. This is the next one that's going up for grabs. You don't want to miss this one. We will have another one by the end of the season. Don't miss this one, though. Big shout out, DG Big Blue. Paul says, what the F? Congrats, DG Big Blue. Paul was like, hey, I know that's coming to my house. Paul said, I know that card is coming to my house, Wolfpack. Hey, Paul, maybe the next one, Mary Beanie, maybe the next one. But this one right here is going to DG Big Blue Navy. Hoorah, y'all saw it on the wheel. We had a lot of names on that wheel, so big shout out. That wheel would be cleared out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you right now. We're going to go ahead and bring it up right now, okay? So right now, we go ahead and we remove DG Big Blue. We are going to clear out the wheel, and we will get ready for the next. Look at all those names. Look at all those names. We will get ready for the next batch of names. So we're going to clear the wheel out right here. All right, clear it out. Save it. No more names on there. We will see whose names will be on this wheel for the next card. All right, so the wheel is cleared out. We will see who's going to get the next one. So big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to DG Big Blue. We're going to see who's going to get the next one. Like I said, we got another big, nice one up for grabs. We got this one. This one is and I got a new sleeve for it. Took my baseball sleeve off. Got the new sleeve for it. Nice new fresh sleeve for you. We're going to see who's going to get this one. It's going to be an awesome event. You don't want to miss it. Be here for that. But other than that, all I can say is that Lando bottled it. He choked. McLaren choked as a team as well. Super chat for the shoey. Yeah, bro. Every time you do it, you get your name in there. You see how many names, many times was on that wheel. We doing it again, brother. All right, so big shout out. Lando choked. Lewis Hamilton had an absolutely horrid weekend. Mercedes had a horrible weekend. And with that being said, Wolfpack is out. Peace and love, fam.